Welcome everyone back to Clair Obscur.
Indeed.
I believe we do not need to elaborate what happened last time.
No, I don't think we need to elaborate shit.
No. For you all saw what occurred.
Yeah.
Indeed. So yeah. A little detail I will say about this game I love, beyond the fact of the just very beautiful use of color, is our poor boy Gustave here. Basically, the more our health is lowered, the more bloodied our characters will kind of appear, as if the battle is raging them through. He's a nice little touch, very subtle, but I like it. But yeah, now we get to figure out where in the actual shivering fuck we are here.
Shit shivering fuck.
Yes.
Okay. I
And
wanted to make sure those are the words you were using.
yes, and as they're explaining, pretty much we will have a elixir that will allow us to heal ourselves. Think of this as kind of a form of some kind of means to heal ourselves. For the group, we can only replenish these at expedition flags, which will serve as checkpoints, so to say.
Yes. Also, I have my own elixir.
You timed that so well, actually.
Goddamn right.
Amazingly.
You're goddamn right I did.
And with that, I think we need to...
I think we need to make a small little edit to our boy here and give him back his bedraggled hair.
Yep. Look at this sad boy.
Yeah. He's... The watch on that fucking thing, dude?
I think it's just... Oh, God. So as they're showing here, we do have the ability to run as need be, which will be useful in certain instances.
Yes. Also, there's a comment I have to make to you, but it's after this episode.
Of course. So behold, our first instance of dealing with a Nevron. There will be many like these, and all of them will come in all sorts of fun shapes, sizes, and gimmicks. But what the free game here will kind of show us is a very important factor. Some enemies will have weaknesses that you can exploit in order to do certain effects that will either do great harm, can kill certain enemies, or disable certain gimmicks to them. In this case, they have quite this boy here. That's quite the obvious weak point in the form of his head.
Shoot him in the weak point for massive damage.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not a giant enemy crab, but you can pull over on the that's like yeah, that jab boy is
Yeah.
It's a tough one to kind of figure out.
It is admittedly one of those, like, it has been kind of a while since I fought some of the early game enemies. I'm more used to the more insane timings later on.
Oh, I can't. But no, in time. In due time.
Absolutely. It gets nuttier when you get the remixes. So yeah, that was our first Nevron killed. Good job for us. So pretty much now, in a little something we can do now in the other world is we can actually use free aiming in kind of in the game world. It's kind of in the open world. Allow us to like fire a blast. This is going to be something you'll probably see me use constantly as we fight, because when you use this upon any kind of enemy in the game, you will actually stun them, which is useful because it allows you to kind of get the drop on them versus them ambushing E.
Yeah.
Or if you feel like you're being overwhelmed, it's a good way to just stun someone and just keep running.
Like, yeah, there's too many things. But yeah.
Yeah. But I should note,
there are also some puzzles that require the free aim as well.
yes,
We'll get to that obviously
more
when we get to it.
not only that, but the actual how long something will remain stunned will not all kind of varies from like the enemies themselves to some will just not even give a shit if you try to hit them. They will just muscle through just in the age-old art of I want to kill you, as you do.
Oh yeah.
And now the other. So as we've seen in Lumiere, we've had grapple points, we've had ropes, and now kind of the last kind of way of traversal, which is these grappling points, which will allow us to just kind of climb about.
Yes. Now we find a very disturbing sight, really.
I mean, yeah. Like,
but it's we know what's coming.
but I mean, like when you consider, like from Gustave's perspective,
This is
he just watched everyone he knew die, and he's just only coming and finding only more death.
But now we get to arguably the realest cutscene, and I'm going to throw this out there so that way YouTube doesn't get mad at me.
There is we do offer some content warnings.
There is a trigger warning. I will
Like
find a way
now.
I will find a way to edit it in. But yes,
Yeah.
there is a trigger warning. I'll do what I can to also put a trigger warning in.
I would say content warning, really.
Yeah, I'll see if I can. Well, it's definitely all these videos are going to be marked for not for kids anyway.
Yeah.
So there's no fucking way.
But now, let them speak.
You do that, we both die. Hey. Fucking hell.
The one eye.
Wake up, Gustave.
Lune. The others.
I know. We're the only ones left. You don't get to die.
It's just a matter of time before we're already dead. Look around, look.
This is not a foregone conclusion. When one falls, we continue. Get up. We need to find a safer place. There are Nevrons around.
Lucien. I could...
This is not the place. The Lumina converter seems intact. It's about time we test it in real conditions.
Putain.
So, believe it or not, this may look like a gigantic weird. This might look like a boss. This is a regular ass enemy. Welcome to the selection game.
Welcome.
We also have Lune. Also, Lune joins us for this little thing. On a personal note, she is probably one of my favorites, because I enjoy how she works with her stain mechanic. Pretty much all of her skills pretty much involve these stains, and all of her skills will be able to consume them in order to enhance effects. So you can kind of get some insane kind of combo potential with her by creating stains and using stains. Her main stains are the 4 elements, and then light, which is kind of a wild card because it can act as any element for her in her case. Nice. Not to mention, pretty much all of her abilities tend to have some secondary effect, even when you do not have a stain to afflict. And as they say here, pretty much the Portier, which is our lovely enemy here, has a elemental weakness. All enemies have their own certain forms of affinities in which they will have something they're weak to, they resist, may just take no damage at all, or worse, absorb it. We don't like that. So, pretty much it's if you really want to really fuck people's day up, being able to find the ways of how to break them makes your life easier. As they explain here, Burn is a nice little status effect that is almost ironically viable for most of this game, where you just stack as much burn as you can, because there's not a limit to how much burn you can put onto an enemy, and they just take damage regardless. And that is how you do it. Also, I should note, pretty much every battle gives you something. Whether it'll be a Pictos here, like this Dodger, you may get weapons, you may get something. Effectively, what I'm trying to say is, there is no reason to ignore any fight, because almost any fight will give you something worth your time.
Yes.
Which is also part of the explore every, leave no stone unturned here.
We did it, Gustave. Let's see if your invention lives up to its reputation, shall we? dead yet.
Yeah.
Come on. There might be other survivors at the Indigo Tree.
So yes, the Pictos, I can finally explain how the fuck they work. They are equipment we can use. They all have a certain stat they increase. The more times you use the Pictos, which is like, I think 3-4 different, like, I think it's up to like 3 to 4 fights, you can then turn it into a Luna, which you can just give to anyone, and it's just a passive effect that you just gain. So
It's 4.
yeah, like I said, it's... So for instance now with Dodger, pretty much anytime we perform a perfect dodge, get an AP. Once we turn into a Lumina, not only can we give Dodger to anyone, so they could all have that passive alone, but it'll cost a point of Lumina themselves in order to use. All Lumina have their own cost, which will increase based on what they can do. The only difference between a Luminos and the Lumina and the Pictos is pretty much the stats that the Pictos themselves shall have. As this is kind of explaining what I just said, more or less. But this is where it shall get kind of fun. And for now, I will just throw that onto Luna. So yeah, as I explained here, anytime we win, it will be mastered, which will allow us then to turn it into a Luna, which then we can just use as we need. Yes. Also, another reason why I like Luna as well, just for the simple reason, she floats. She do float. I personally like Luna. I like Luna a lot. So you might see me using her a lot. I'm sorry, I find her fun to play.
I'm willing.
So, behold, this lovely water.
Bitch just pops up like, ugh!
I would have been stunned, honestly, if that happened.
They're like, oh! Feemsh.
Yes, we also automatically crouch whenever we reach low places, so we don't have to worry. And now, the most important, the expeditionary flags. And as I explained, anytime a character levels, we will be given a single skill point and 3 attribute points per level. I should note, attribute skills are in fact not set in stone, because there will be ways that we can be able to respec people as we need. But I will probably do the attribute stuff. I will probably change around as time goes, because I'm not beholden to anything for the time being. But more importantly, we can rest, which kind of refreshes all of our supplies for the time being. And we move on, I believe, to enjoy more of this beautiful, beautiful game. And as the game is kind of mentioning, the first strike is a thing you kind of attack in order to get a advantage, but if you really want to show yourself, kind of just hitting the free aim will stun enemies long enough for you to get that same, to guarantee that strike more. Sort of welcome to how I tend to play. I pretty much start off with free aiming where I can, where I know weaknesses abide, and just kind of hurt people en masse as I do.
Brace yourselves.
Work on that timing.
You're a little rusty.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Usually the windups that usually throw me off.
answer.
Yes. A new weapon for our friend Gustave.
So he has the Noaram, which is 32 slashing element and a C ranking vitality.
So yes, all weapons will have kind of their own like items. They will like their own stats. They will or attributes they scale with, which will basically depend on like how you want to build them. You may use certain weapons here and there. With Gustave here, we can pretty much kind of spec him however we will. Our stats are all pretty much vitality, might, agility, defense, and luck. Vitality is basically your basic health. Might is your attack. Agility is kind of... I don't really say it's evasion because evasion's more based on your thing, but there's some other factors you can factor into. Defense is how pretty much effects of like how much reduces the amount of damage you do, and luck is the influx that pertains to your ability to perform critical hits. A skill I like, a stat I like a lot, honestly. But yeah. Every weapon will be statted differently, so depending on how we want to build people, we may give them different weapons, we may restat them as we go. There will be a lot going on in due time. I have some preliminary ideas of how I want to build certain people.
Nice.
But we will see in time. Just as I see a good thing that I'm going to throw right the fuck on her right now. Yes, being able to burn people is quite nice, is quite lovely, and being able to capitalize on them being burned is even better in my eye.
We can use that.
Also, chroma is always good and appreciated because of the fact it's just money, and money is always important in this game. Jargy.
I'm ready.
Oh, yes, I miss. Not that time. I also appreciate how her attacks are pretty much just, I'm going to spin kick your head off.
I mean, yeah.
And another thing, and I guess I should mention as well, to give the ability with, like, immolation. Not only that it has, like, its own stain abilities with Lune, but this, like, immolation, much like certain abilities with other characters, have their own sub-conditions. So, if that X is on an enemy, which is referred to as a mark, I can put more burn effective than I would ordinarily. Just some little things.
The little things in life.
Yes. But for now...
Ice.
Well, ice.
Ice that man!
Ice that motherfucker.
There is a thing up there. We will get there later. We will get there later.
Is that a house?
Looks abandoned.
Hunts?
Look at this house.
Hunts.
With its floor on the ceiling and the ceiling on the floor.
I mean,
The indigo tree is not too far from here. If anyone else made it, they'll regroup there.
Yeah.
And of course, piano.
upside down piano.
And we're off.
Flame. Yeah, flame.
Yeah, flame.
Flame.
I'm needing a flame.
Oh yes, the purple one.
Yes,
that
which
will
will
help.
always be something useful up our alley. So an energy which in this case gives us an extra bit of energy, which will increase. So the 3 potions here, I'll explain what they do. Red is health, obviously, he's good. Blue will allow us to give AP to one character of our choice. And green is a chance to revive a character in battle, of course. I may or may not be using those when the time comes because it's pretty good.
We can use that.
Pretty useful actually.
Chroma.
So shards like that one we found will pretty much give us more uses of them, but there will also be other
Here
such
we are.
items in the world that will allow us
Yeah.
to amplify their effect.
A continent. The indigo tree's over there.
Look how gorgeous that tree is.
Oh yes.
It's very indigo.
Very.
Very indigo. So I'm gonna set, rest over here. Normally I would be leveling up, but I am not because I'm a crazy person.
Nice.
That, and I want to take us down this way, which is kind of a little side path from where you would normally go. Just to kind of show the spirit of exploration and why it's good.
Great.
Also, behold, hidden goodie revealed in the battlefield.
Oh.
The detail I truly love. Because basically, anytime you fight enemies, they will try to give you an approximate area where you are. Maybe they'll amplify the battlefield just to make sure you have enough space to properly fight. But hey, guess what makes it so good? And of course, for our efforts, we get some more chroma, which
Interesting.
can't go wrong. But more importantly, grapple point. You may be saying, but why would we grapple here? Because there's no point here. And why here? Where does this go, you may say? Well, that's a good question.
Glad to find out.
Because, my dear friends, at least he gets another grapple point, but more importantly, a bastard mime.
I don't know if I actually have done this one.
Yeah. So, mimes will always... So, much like as we found in Lumiere, mimes will basically be in every part of this world. They will always be hidden away off some beaten path. And of course, we will deal with them as any would do ordinarily, making sure we kill them and make sure they don't come back. Because horrid mimes. To protect itself, yes, but for how long?
A storm is coming.
Get ready.
That actually
Let the
distracted me
ink
on your
flow.
end.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
Please don't do that.
Sorry.
I do actually have to focus on these boys. The last thing I need is like you waving your hands in front of my brain.
My bad.
Please no.
Get ready.
There we go. That's better.
Hammer.
Yes.
Ice. Shatter.
Ooh, actually, the symbols are actually good for me. I mean, I'm probably much closer than I normally am to actually.
Ready to evade.
There we go. Now I remember the timing of how to deal with mimes.
A storm is coming.
Gates that they are.
Feel the burn. Ready to evade. Overflowing with energy.
The perfect flow.
Oh. Part of having all four of them.
For those who come on.
smoke on it. Just had this man some more.
Feel the burn. Ice. Shut.
Baguette.
Yes, the baguette.
For Gustave. Yeah, I in fact did not have that. So
This man is so sad. So you know, let's cheer him up a bit. Behold, the baguette. He will get a baguette.
even has a baguette.
Yes, he do get baguette. But honestly, mimes, while they can be challenging, mimes are always worth going out of your way to fight them where you can. If not for the reward, the hilariously silly outfits of the baguette, but more just for the extra like reward for actually taking them the folk down. Yeah. There will be many times you'll probably see me like go through the unbeaten path, or seems like I'm going in the right path, and then I will just horribly divert to go somewhere else. Because again, exploration is the name of this game, and it highly and this game does like to reward you for trying to find every unbeaten path. And even then, there will be stuff we will not find till later, or even have to return to another point. But and I guess to say, this will be the proper explanation to like each of these abilities. Note, as upgrading abilities is not just for a one-for-one, they actually kind of affect multiple abilities at once. So if I put agility, it's going to raise like my speed and my defense. Crit will do like all of this. It's like it gives you some flexibility of how you want to like work with stuff. Attack is usually the one that will always be increased no matter what, but for now, I'm just gonna do this for no reason. Gustave, I think we'll do you with that. That's good. I think that's good for now. And of course, the skill tree, which is quite useful for everyone because everyone has their own like kind of abilities and skills that they can use, which I like. I will try. I have certain skills I tend to lean and fall into because I play these people in very specific ways. I will try to showcase abilities where I can, if only because they're quite nice. But at the very least, we will get some nice abilities that will help out. So, like with Gustave, for instance, we're going to be able the ability to actually apply marks on people, which will help us with Lune, who, in the case of her with Immolation, we can be able to apply more burns to people who are marked. Now, mark is kind of a fun well, actually, how about I show? I think that it'd be better if I show it off.
By all means.
But that's I need to rest. Oh, Portier, I need you for a second, my friend. You big bulbous bastard. So, Mark is a status effect that will effectively amplify the damage of a character by 50% in that single instance. So,
Ink flow.
it is a purely support-based ability, but there are a lot of applications to it that is quite active. I love it.
Danger!
Like, for instance... Oh, Jesus. I missed my timing slightly off. This man's already basically dead. Exactly. Like Mr. Porter. Nani? He took over.
Nice.
But I think that's a good place to put it off for the time being. For next time, we will continue to explore throughout. There will be more challenges to us consume, more Nevrons to slay, and maybe you find someone else who has not completely been horrifically murdered.
Again.
And there will be more French to beget.
Until then, everybody, this has been Eric Gaming signing off. We'll see you guys later.
Goodbye now.